and I'm a part of Super. I'm a student at Darien High School, and today I'm going to speak about school. I'm tired of going to school every day and being afraid that today is the day I'm going to die. I am tired of hearing the announcements and wondering if a shooter is in the building. I am tired of not having my voice heard. I am so sick and tired of Congress not doing their job. I am tired of them taking money from the NRA. I am tired and I am sick and disgusted that they are not listening to the people they are supposed to represent. They work for us, we the people, and they are not listening to us. We are tired and we are sick of not having our voices heard. Today, we're starting to make a change. I am so proud of everyone out here who's willing to stand up for what they believe in. We're standing up against those who aren't doing their jobs, who are taking our money and not doing what they're supposed to do. We're children, we're teachers, we're parents, and we are tired of losing our loved ones. It's ridiculous. Change needs to come because I am not going to become a statistic without being the change I want to see first. I am so tired and I am so sick of all the politicians never listening to us. I am so proud of student activists across the nation who are standing up, and I cannot wait to see change coming because we will vote those who aren't listening to us out of office. We will change. No one should be afraid of going to school. No one should be afraid of coming home and never seeing their loved one again. It's ridiculous, and it's going to end. Thank you. And I would like to introduce Audrey Molina.
Hi. My name is Audrey Molina. I'm a junior at West Hill High School. First, I would like to say, does this mean I can officially say Paul Simon opened for me? Because that's pretty cool. I'm going to be reading an original poem today. It's called The Good Old Days, and it's dedicated to the students of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. I remember the good old days when we were invincible. When school was a sanctuary of silhouetted futures and fast-paced pasts. When history class was Paul Revere on horseback and math class was how many watermelons does Johnny have left? And we'd laugh and say, who needs that many watermelons anyway? And there was nothing cynical in our laughter. But it's not like that now. It seems they've updated our exams. Here's the new study guide, class. Number 1, how many mass shootings have there been in the United States in the past 10 years? A, 100, B, 1,000, C, nobody really knows for sure. Number 2, what's the statistical probability that the fire alarm above my head is ringing because of a fire and not something much worse? I actually think I'd prefer calculus to calculating casualties. I remember the good old days when we couldn't relate to the dystopian novels we read in English class. Ones where teenagers are killed by corrupt governments. We used to dress like those characters for Halloween, but we don't have to play dress up anymore, and they still wonder why we're such an anxious generation. Even band class has been infected by this disease. I remember the good old days when we played Bach and Beethoven, sweeping moonlight sonatas and minuets in G. Do you know what we are playing now? An American Elegy by Frank Ticelli, written to honor the survivors of Columbine so long ago that it already feels like classical music. I remember the good old days when we were numb to the news feeds, dripping us tragedies through an IV. We are not numb anymore. We feel it. Every day, we feel it. We feel it when we realize in physics class that we can calculate the speed of a bullet if we really needed to. We feel it when we try to use AP psychology to comprehend how anyone could let this go on for so long. We feel it when our parents ask, what did you learn in school today? And the best we can come up with is, I learned which corner of the room to run to. I don't think any of that will be on the SAT. Our good old days were stripped away by complacent kings in their castles. Dear kings, you have made us old and wise. See, we learned in chemistry class that some reactions need a catalyst. That's why we're binding together like atoms in a molecule, and we will keep on catalyzing common sense until our little brothers and little sisters are so invincible that their good old days last for their entire long lives. I would like to introduce Aaron Amrich.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Erin Amrich, and I'm a student at Norwalk High School. Today, we march for a change. All around this great nation, we are using our voices to unite and stand up for justice, for our children and future generations to come. Because no child, anywhere, should be afraid to go to school. So much has happened since the Parkland shooting occurred over a month ago. A Georgia teacher fired a gun inside his classroom. An Ohio 7th grader brought a semi-automatic rifle to school, as well as a backpack full of ammunition and bottle rockets. He shot himself in the school bathroom and died. 2 people were shot at a Michigan university. And in Maryland, a 16-year-old girl was shot and killed in her high school, and another student was injured. We can try to look past these events, but the truth is the problem is not going away. Change needs to happen. And with a movement like this, it will. My generation has stood up and become the mouthpiece of a movement because we will no longer accept thoughts and prayers. We will no longer accept monotony. We will no longer be silenced. People are hearing our voices and change is happening. Legislation in Florida was passed that raises the buying age of guns to 21 and bans bump stocks. But we need to continue for legislation because semi-automatic guns do not belong in our society. The power of killing 17 people in 4 minutes is not one you need. The purpose of a semi-automatic gun is to kill. It is not for safety, hunting, or sport. It's a weapon of war. Behind every shooting is a person whose twisted thoughts easily become a reality when given legal access to semi-automatic weapons. If the weapon was illegal, how many more students could be here today? I understand the right to bear arms. That is our freedom as an American. But to what extent do we value the right of a gun over the lives of our own children? America makes up 5% of the world's population, but we account for 30% of all gun violence. Mental health is a global issue, affecting millions all over the world, but mass shootings are an American quality. The most basic freedom we are giving as an American is the right to life. As a nation, we have failed these students in providing that. But we are making change here today and in many days to come so that there will never be another shooting. We are here. We are rising up and we will not be taken down because together we will end gun violence. We will make a better tomorrow. We will make our schools safe again. We will make sure never again becomes a reality because our lives depend on it. I would now like to welcome Michael Mariani and Abigail Wolf.